So I think there's some delay news about the flight model. I just watched a video by Camera where he shows a quote by Yogi. And Yogi says, but really, new FM is a long way out. As I said before, we will not enable it in PU until we got the new quantum experience ready. And we haven't even started making new quantum MP compatible yet. And I would like to say that I don't know Camera, we never talked. We just have similar names, and we both have German-sounding accents. However, I'm Serbian, I just live in Germany. That's why I also have a German accent. But I think he is German. And I'd like to show you the first 20 seconds of the video.
Hello everyone. In 3.23, almost 1.5 years ago, CRT gave us Master Mode. Master Mode is slow, boring, no fun at all.
So I don't think that's the case, because the problem with the flight model is not because of the slowness of the Master Mode. I think the underlying problem is that the flight doesn't have any, there's no physicality to it. Like, for flight model to be fun, you have to be able to feel the physicality of the aircraft that you're piloting. And there's virtually nothing in the current flight mode that allows you to experience physics, because it accelerates too fast and everything moves too fast. And if you fly any ship, just press W, even a heavier ship, it will accelerate to that speed within 2 to 3 seconds, like in 1G atmospheres. Because in every game where the physicality of the activity is in the foreground, it almost never is about the speed. Like, for example, flight simulators like War Thunder, DCS, the core substance of those games is the physicality of the flight. Then you have games like SnowRunner, which is a driving game, and you drive extremely slow in that game, like very, very slow. And one of the core features is the physicality of driving and how the vehicle drives over various types of ground. Then you have Death Stranding, which is, I think, I don't say walking simulator like as a joke. It's actually simulating wandering and walking to a highly physicalized degree, and that makes the game fun. And it's not fast. You don't spend most of the time sprinting at high speed. And the game functions and is a lot of fun because of the slowness of it. So the current problem in the flight model is there's almost no physicality, and ships accelerate way too fast. Like, ships should accelerate 10 times slower, because I think I made a video about it in Spectrum posts a few years ago, where measured real-life helicopters taking off. And they take off with like 0.5 meter per second, and it takes them like 10 seconds to clear the ground until they really get off the ground. And in almost every science fiction movie where there's spaceships or helicopters, any similar weak landing, you have the same slow speed. And even the trailer artists in the Star Citizen videos that make ship trailers, they know that because they artificially have to hand animate the ships taking and landing off like helicopters. Because in the game, they're like 10 times faster and accelerate 10 times faster. And you can actually see that. I think most players don't notice that because they play on their own, and they never try to land next to their friend or have or observe a friend when they take off next to them, because then you feel how artificial the flight model currently is. And if everything was slower, like a helicopter, you can still be 2 times speed of sound faster later in the atmosphere, but you should spend 1 or 2 minutes taking off, then slowly rising out of the lower atmosphere, and then taking off. He identifies the problem of the flight model or of Master Mode, that if something's slow, it's not fun. Therefore, if it's faster, it's more fun. And that's not the case. Because it's like a short circuit in the game loop. If the core substance of the activity is not fun, in this case flying, then players, when they start off a mission, they want to get over with flying as a chore to get to the only thing that's fun in the mission is getting the reward or the activity after the flying. So you have this loop where they keep having these missions where they fly to places. Flying is boring, so they ask for flying to be over sooner. Anything that makes it slower prolongs the part that's boring. And then the developers increase the amount of reward at the end of the mission, because the rewards at the end of the mission have to be constantly increased to give the player any type of fun, because it's like diminishing returns. Because you cannot fill the hole that the lack of a flight model creates for the game with higher and higher rewards, because eventually the game is like some type of inflation where it cannot increase the reward at the end of the mission.